He's got bright rosy cheeks and a fluffy white beard with marshmallow walls and a big red chair. Santa's coming, Santa's coming.
Ho, 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 ho! Hello, my merry jinglers. This is Santa with Santa Has a Podcast. And today we're going to have a very, very special episode because it's our Thanksgiving episode. Now, before we jump into all the festivities and all the things we want to talk about and the fun we're going to have today, I'd like to take a merry moment and go back to our riddle from last week. How many of you looked at the riddle and studied it and got the answer? Did you get the answer? Well, let me read the riddle to you again, and we'll see how we're doing. Here's the riddle. I rise with kindness, sharing, and cheer, from giving kids with hearts sincere. You might not see me, but you'll hear. The magic grows when love is near. Did you guess what that was? What am I? You know? That's right. The answer is the spirit meter. The spirit meter, of course, collects all your good deeds and all the wonderful things that you do. And the brighter the spirit meter gets, the faster and the higher that Santa's sleigh goes. Yes. Well, now it's time to talk turkey. Thanksgiving, okay? Or in my case, sometimes tofu turkey. Yes, Thanksgiving and Christmas are two holidays that go hand in hand, like two mittens right there together, okay? One celebrates thankfulness, yes, The other celebrates giving. Now, when we give thanks, we're practicing the same kind of kindness that makes Christmas cheer, and it makes Christmas shine so much. So when we say thank you in November and spread cheer in December, we're keeping the magic alive and going strong, and that's just the way the elves like it. One holiday fills your heart with thanks and joy, and the next lets you give it away to everybody else. And that, my jolly friends, that's why the two holidays make a perfect team. Now, at the North Pole, we celebrate Thanksgiving too. Yes, you all know that we celebrate Christmas, but did you know we also celebrate Thanksgiving? And Mrs. Claus, she gets to work very hard. She makes her cranberry snow souffle. Yes, it's a delicious dish. And then the elves, they make candy corn bread. It's like cornbread, but it's made with candy corn. Yes. And of course, the reindeer, well, they eat everything. They love everything that we do at Thanksgiving, and they love all the food that we make. And when we sit down at the table with all this wonderful food, this is the time when we share our thanks, okay? Everything that we're thankful for. So this year, when you gather with your family and your friends, don't forget to take the time to share what you are thankful for. Are you thankful for something special? Something that's really neat? Oh, I can hear my elves now. They're already sharing what they're thankful for.
I'm thankful for my glue gun. It makes toys stick and sparkle.
I'm thankful for cocoa breaks.
I'm thankful for snow days.
I'm thankful for Christmas music.
Wow. And I'm thankful for all of you, all of my elves, and of course all of you at home listening too. The believers, the helpers, and the dreamers who make Christmas magical every year. I'm thankful for all of you. Yes, Now, speaking of laughs, last year at the North Pole, I tried to carve the turkey. Now, I do get to carve the turkey every year, but last year was a little different. I had a problem. I tried to carve the Thanksgiving turkey, but when I did, I sneezed. And when I lifted the knife, the turkey flew into the air, it bounced off the gravy boat, and it landed on Blitzen's head. Yes, he wore it around very proudly like a crown on his head. And Mrs. Claus said, "Dinner is served." Dinner is landed. Everybody had a great laugh when that happened. Well, now we've had a little laugh, and it's time to go to something that's very special that I like, and that is reading the letters that all of you send to me here at the North Pole. You know, when you go online to Santa Has a Podcast, you can actually fill out a little note and send me something. Or some of you actually mail letters to me here at the North Pole. And I get those letters and I try to answer all of them, or at least, make sure that if you've made a request, it goes into the list of, what you would like for Christmas and things like that. But now let's go ahead and look at Santa's mailbag. The elves have been very good. They've actually taken and put a couple of these little letters on my computer right here. So let me scroll through and see if I can find them here. Okay. Oh, here's the first one. This is from Tag. Tag is 7 years old and he's from Nebraska. Okay. Tag says, "Dear Santa, for Thanksgiving, I tried to help my mom bake rolls." Oh, that sounds so fantastic. He said, "But I left them in the oven too long and they turned into crunchy snowballs. My dad said they'd make great hockey pucks for the reindeer. Love, Tag." Well, Tag, it sounds like a little glittery baking blooper, but don't worry. Sometimes, when you do bake something and it doesn't come out right, that's a learning experience. Yeah, it was a mistake, but guess what? We learn from our mistakes. So next time when you bake them, you'll know not to bake or cook them as long, and they'll come out even better, okay? And remember, the best recipes that we make are the ones that we make with laughter and a little love, okay? So that's great. Now let's check our next letter and see what we've got, okay? Let's see, here we go. This one's from Tatum, and Tatum is 9 and lives in Idaho. "Dear Santa, this week I did my jolly good deed. I helped my neighbor carry her groceries inside because it was cold outside. She said it was a wonderful Christmas treat and I was her Christmas hero. I think the spirit meter must have sparkled extra bright that day. Love, Tatum." Well, Tatum, you are right. When you do that good deed and you helped out your neighbor, you help the spirit meter glow brighter. And that's what we all want to see, because again, like I said earlier, the brighter the spirit meter glows, the faster and the higher my sleigh can go. And that means I can get to more children and deliver more toys on Christmas Eve. So when you do your good deeds, you're helping out everything that we do here at the North Pole. Okay? In fact, speaking of spirit meter, maybe we should check on the spirit meter. It does glow very, very bright, and let's see, it's looking pretty good for today. I'm looking at it right now. It's glowing very, very bright. And that's what happens when people are thankful. Yes, gratitude makes the spirit meter glow even brighter. Now, I have a good deed for you, because every week, I ask you to do something special that helps make the spirit meter glow brighter, right? So this week, here's your challenge. I'm going to give you your good deed. I want you to write or tell someone that you're thankful for them. Yeah, that's simple, okay? Can you do that? Can you write a note and say to somebody and say that you thank them for something? Or if you don't write, or maybe you just run into them and you meet them, thank them for something they've done. Now, this could be your parents. It could be a teacher. It could be a friend of yours. Why, it could even be your pet. You thank your pet for loving you. There's a lot of things you can do. It's simple little things you're saying thank you for. Thank you for, making breakfast for me this morning, Mommy. Or thanking a friend for picking up your books or helping you do some artwork at school. Different things like that. Or maybe you're out at soccer or you're practicing a sport and a friend of you shows a special way to throw the ball or kick or something like that. And you thank them for it. Thanking people for helping you is a good deed. And when you do that, the spirit meter glows brighter and brighter and brighter. And that's what we want. That's what the elves love to see. They love to see that meter grow brighter and brighter every single day, okay? So every kind word makes my sleigh fly smoother and higher and faster. And it fills the world with a little more sparkle, okay? Wow, this is that spirit meter go. That is really fantastic. Well, Jinglers, I've got my cocoa packed. In fact, the elves actually got me a special little thermal cup for my hot cocoa so that when I'm flying, it keeps my cocoa nice and hot, Oh, that is so good. Okay, so I'm going to have that with me to make sure everything is ready. The sleigh is kind of fueled. We're getting closer and closer to, Christmas Eve. And it's getting time for my December travels. I usually visit everybody, 4 times a year. Make a list. I check it twice. And if you're good on the 4th time, I deliver the toys. Well, right now I'm getting ready for my trip number 3. Going out and checking on more people, checking on who's naughty and who's nice, and I'm going to be making some special travels. And while I'm out making those special travels, I'm going to do some FaceTime videos. I'm going to be sending those out. This month I'll be flying all over the world to check on Christmas preparations. My first stop is going to be New York City. We're going to go to the Rockefeller Center tree lighting and see how the tree is doing. So keep your eyes out for that special little video when I get to visit the tree. And then I'm going to go to the sparkling Christmas markets in Germany. These are so beautiful to see all the wonderful things that people make and create and sell at the Christmas markets. And then, of course, we've had some of the reindeer games. They go on in November. But guess what? In the final weeks here in December, we'll have the final events. They find the best reindeer, the fastest reindeer, the most creative reindeer, things like that in all our reindeer games, and that's coming up here in December. Okay, and then one other little trip I get to do, which I love, is I get to go down under. I get to go to Australia, and I'll be down there, and I'll trade my boots for some flip-flops and maybe wiggle my toes in the sand a little bit, because down in Australia, they're coming up on their summer. Up in the northern hemisphere and parts of Europe and the United States, we're celebrating, getting into the fall and winter months. It's cold, right? But down in Australia, it's getting warm and sunny and time for their summertime. So it's a lot of fun. Anyway, so keep tuning in. I'll be FaceTiming from the road to bring you all kinds of stories and laughter and maybe a few Santa slip-ups along the way. And together, we will count down to Christmas. Would you like to do that? Help me with the countdown. Well, my merry pals, that's about it for today. Again, like I said, I'll be FaceTiming you, but keep spreading the joy and the kindness, and I'll talk to you next time on Santa Has a